All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second game of tonight's RSHL action. We have Empire at shorthanded. I am Thrill Hockey Zone. Joining me tonight is Schlazer. How you doing, Schlazer?
Doing fairly well. I'm excited to see this matchup tonight. Empire is doing pretty well this season, and I'm excited to see how they compete.
Yeah, Empire's surprised a couple of people. Took interference overtime. Of course, they defeated Breakaway in overtime. So that was a big win for them. We'll see if they're able to keep things going.
There's nothing more appealing than a Cinderella story.
Yeah, it's always good to see underdogs doing well. And I think that tonight might be a good indicator of how the playoff race will shape up. Of course, these teams are expected to be around that area, 6th to 10th, kind of anywhere in there, I would say.
Yeah.
So,
well, Empire has the potential to really refine itself into a very competitive squad. If they can eliminate the simple passes, missing those rather, the silly mistakes that, easy turnovers, things just maintaining possession is key.
Yeah, absolutely. And I do not see Skula here tonight. I know that Empire is always talking about how he's a big part of their squad. I guess computer issues have prevented him from showing up a lot this season.
Yeah, the zone has had a tough couple weeks as far as connection problems.
And I think that this might be the first game that CM Dross, Apocalypse, has been in this season. I'm not 100% sure, but I haven't recalled seeing him in some of their other games. So we'll see if his Spider midfield play will make a big difference in their lineup.
Well, that's exactly what you're looking for as far as Empire is concerned. Like I said before, maintaining possession is key, and that's something you're going to achieve with a Spider midfield. Spider has a ton of puck possession, gives you a lot of holding power, let the play develop, gives you plenty of options.
And right now, looks like shorthanded might only have 5 players. We'll hope that they can get somebody online pretty soon. We definitely want to see an even match.
Yeah, definitely. Pooter had referenced shorthanded being shorthanded, but it is definitely not something that you want to have to go through.
Yeah, and of course, one of the players that's online for them right now, Curly Pubes, a guy that they just recruited. So, not the best of science when you recruit somebody and he's one of 5 members that shows up. Definitely want to see a little bit more activity from your squad.
Well, it's going to be an interesting trial by fire for him.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure who Curly Pubes is. My best guess is African Panda, but that has not been confirmed by anybody.
I am also intrigued.
And for Empire, it looks like I do not yet see Herbalist Yegion, who of course has sort of carried the Empire offense on his back for the past couple of games. We'll see if they're able to generate as many scoring opportunities without him in the line.
Well, Swizzle seems to be very excited here in the warm-up, so let's see what he can do as far as offense is concerned.
It is confirmed that Curly Pubes is African Panda, so kudos to me.
Good job.
Get a trophy made for that one. Stick that in the shed.
Add it to the rest.
And let's see what he's going to be playing here. I know he's played some goalie in the past. He's played some Warbird in the past. Well, I don't see another goalie online for them, so I'd assume he's going to play goalie. Had a pretty decent season as goalie with Dirty Birds. I believe it was season 15. He actually got nominated for the Goalie of the Year award, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on that, but I vaguely recall something
award,
like
nonetheless.
That. Yeah, tough award to win when you're up against Linux and the like.
Lots of big names in contention.
And it looks like shorthanded is going to manage to field 6. So that's good. Well, I guess if Curly Pubes gets in the game, Looks like they're just waiting for him to hop in net, and he is stuck in spectator mode.
Perhaps lag issues?
Hmm.
A quick lag check reveals that he is fine.
Well then, maybe he's got to get some first game jitters out of his system. He's having a little bit of stage fright. All right, it looks like we're just waiting for Curly Pubes, aka African Panda, to get in the game.
Five on five, maybe? What's going on?
Yeah, I guess maybe I don't see how he could be AFK since he's in this arena. Maybe he left to do a workout. He's gonna try to even up his lopsided abs.
Oh, we've got 6-all.
All right, and he is back in the game, and the game should be starting pretty shortly.
Now, Iceman H20. Is that Icelacy?
I am pretty sure that it's not.
Who is that?
You know, we'll just leave that off for now. All right, and the puck is dropped. And shorthanded's going to try to control it. Yeah, I have a little bit of a Christmas ship lineup here. So we'll see if that aids their checking and midfield game. Of course, a lot of teams complain about having to play against the Christmas ship lineup. See if Empire has any trouble with it.
Kula, rocking the Leviathan, is throwing his weight around early.
And off the post for Muretrix. Wasn't necessarily an open net, so not a choke, I would say. But good to get an early shot off. And Janky with the puck right in front of the net, but nothing's going to come of that. Cycle it back. And Janky's a pretty smart player. Needs to work on his accuracy a little bit.
Very aware of his teammate.
Yeah, makes some good passes. Has good vision.
Actually, that awareness of his teammates really contributes to his being a good coach for Empire, especially the type of squad that they're trying to be.
And Kula going to the wall here, passes off the wall. Right to Sting, who passes it back to Curly Pubes. And now Pooter on the ice. Thanks to Pooter for helping out with the broadcast earlier. And now they're bringing the puck into the zone. Pooter making some nice moves. I think he ran out of puck time there. Weird little pass, but they keep possession. Botman trying to be sneaky, but Red Raven having none of that. African Panda getting some cheers from the crowd. Does that guy have 9 toes? And a turnover by Empire. Newcomer Swizzle, new to the zone this year. And missed pass by Swizzle. I think he plays Trench Wars as well, so maybe getting used to settings readjustment.
There's a massive setting difference between the two, and so it takes a lot of patience for teammates that have to adjust to somebody coming from Trench Wars. There's a big difference in skill there because of the difference in settings.
Pretty slow-paced game so far, these first couple of minutes, I would say.
And, big break.
Yeah, checked by Muretrix. Being patient with it, always good to see.
Oh.
And there's a clean goal. And some good passing by shorthanded. They really had 3 or 4 players set up right in front of the crease. So Empire maybe needed to collapse a little bit better.
Fantastic cycling on the offense.
Yeah, and it's 3 shots to no shots right now. 66.6% 6 save percentage for the Red Raven.
Maritrix very present in the midfield.
Pooter takes a little quick shot at net, but didn't have any luck with that. Red Raven is there. And Empire coming up the ice. Stickman and the Warbird had the game-winning goal in Warbird in overtime against Breakaway. They'll hope to replicate some of that success tonight. And some decent space for Stickman here. Tries a drop pass, but it misses his teammates. And Botman trying to create something, but uses a little bit too much thrust and gets checked by the Warbird.
That Warbird is a very dangerous ship. Its speed and power combined make it lethal.
And nice pass by CM Dross. Stickman tries to find some opening on the top post, but African Panda making his first save of the season. African Panda, of course, curly pubes. Janky trying his luck with the pass there, but ends up in short-handed's possession. Botman being patient with it. And Pooter with a little bit of a missed pass, but Mirtrix is able to bail him out of that turnover with a steal of his own. And some open space here for Flu. Takes the snipe.
Crucial
Red
decision.
Raven. Yeah, Red Raven was there the whole time. I think there might have been an open pass up top as well, but you know, hindsight's 20/20. Every player misses those plays sometimes, so we'll just have to keep an eye and see what he does the rest of the game.
Oh, he makes up for it.
Yeah, a good pass, and Pooter picks it up, and it looks pretty similar to the first goal, to be honest. And it looked like maybe the defense and the goalie thought that Botman was going to prox the pass, or maybe they thought the pass is going to him, because Bob and Pooter were definitely in similar areas, and Bob drew them up top, which is a very smart, aware play from him, and Pooter just sinks it into the open net.
Empire's defense really needs to tighten down. They've had some loose pucks thrown around just in front of their crease that they need to pick up and shuffle out.
Yeah, I'd like to see them possess the puck a little bit more intelligently as well. 6 shots to 1 so far. So, shorthanded definitely putting the pressure on, not even halfway into this first period, 2-0. But some open space here. Janky's going to bring it up. And Swizzle.
Ooh, missed pass.
Yeah,
very crucial in front of the net.
Yeah. A little bit of a missed opportunity, but wasn't too terrible.
They recover.
Yeah, still got the puck. And Swizzle doesn't feel comfortable to go up. Ball kill by Swizzle.
Oh.
Good pass. Swizzle making plays.
Quite the debut.
And actually, this is going to be brought back because Swizzle tanked on the play. Ooh.
Oh no. The presence of lag is not the absence of skill, so I suppose Swizzle should still have a little bit of credit for having some vision there.
Yeah, and that was actually pretty good play by Swizzle. Definitely.
He had
always...
the cojones to pick up the ball and take the initiative and go to goal, which I should applaud him for being new.
Yeah, especially if he's new. Wants to make some plays happen. Did pretty decently there.
Passionate.
And short-handed. A little bit of lag on the play. Iceman H2O with the turnover to Bop. And he's going to try to create something on the crease here. Mirtrix really good on getting the steal back after his teammates are turning it over. He's just really having a lot of presence and being there for his team to get those checks and steals back. And short-handed just setting up shop in Empire Zone right now. They definitely want to get him out there. Botman keeps the puck. Not the best lunge by Kula Shaker, but luckily for him, nothing comes of it. But now, 3-0 possibly. Stickman comes back. Mirtrix takes a shot at the goalie. Happens sometimes. And now Swizzle the other way. Looks like an odd man rush for Empire now. And a good pass by Janky. Stickman had the open shot, but gets checked. Great defensive play by Shorthanded. That was a really good opportunity for Empire. It didn't pan out for them, unfortunately, but they need to keep creating that sort of play if they want to get back into the game.
You're much more likely to score a goal if the puck is on their end of the ice.
Pruder tanks the levy there. Play will end up resetting naturally, so it's not going to end up being too much of an issue. And now Shorthanded coming up the zone again. Mirtrix tries a little ball kill, but Stickman is shielded by Janky. Looking out for his teammate there. Almost a big steal from Bob. They managed to check him, but another good steal by Pooter. And Shorthanded is really being relentless with the steals and checks in the neutral zone. It's really giving them probably the biggest reason for their advantage so far, I would say.
I would definitely agree. The Christmas ship lineup definitely helps, considering the fact that it gives them both checking power and tanking power against the 2 L1 ships that Empire is currently fronting.
Janky was looking for a cross-crease pass there, but got checked before he could fire it off. And now Shorthanded will try to bring it back up the ice. A little bit of a mischeck by Iceman H2O. Flu tries a snipe. Misses the net. Also a little bit of lag on that shot. And now Swizzle with the puck again. Some decent movement from Empire, and a phase makes the pass go all the way back to the Red Raven, and he'll give an outlet off the wall, but Shorthanded ends up with it. Herbalist has just entered the arena, so look for him to enter probably during the next period. Maybe he'll be able to get some offense going for Empire. Pooter with a decent play. Pass barely misses, goes off the wall. And Botmem tries to go across the crease, but Empire defensemen are there.
Lots of good ideas happening on both sides of the ice, just nothing fully connecting at the end.
Yeah, and now Empire still only with 2 shots. Shorthanded with 8. So definitely want to see Empire get a couple more. Try another passing play on the crease, but the Red Raven was wise to that one. And a nifty little stop on the wall there by Stickman, but gets checked nevertheless.
Ironically, Stickman seems to be having more of a presence in a defensive context than on offense in a Warbird.
Yeah, and let some more open ice for... Alright, Kula Shaker stops that play there. Swizzle calling back the other way. And Kula Shaker to Swizzle. And an own goal by Mirtrix.
Unfortunate.
Yeah. And I'm assuming that I don't think he actually was trying to pass to the goalie. I think maybe he wanted to make sure that somebody got the check and he's throwing a check out there. That's the only thing I can assume. I don't know. It seemed like he had the puck for a good second before he released. It wasn't like instantaneous. So a little bit of a misunderstanding there on the Shorthanded team.
Well, on crease plays are very high pressure, so can't really fault the guy too much for getting a little excited with the control button.
Yeah, man, definitely good for Empire though. Now only down by 1 goal. 9 shots to 3 though, so they need to generate some more offense. Flew with the puck. And a ball kill on Stickman. Shorthanded retaining possession with about a minute left. Little drop pass from Bop. But Pooter does not have a lot of space. And here's a chance for Stickman.
Oh,
But African Panda comes up and nips it in the bud.
it's good presence by African Panda.
Yeah, absolutely. And Botman, good pass to Flu, but nothing comes of that. Swizzle with the steal. And Herbalist is subbed in this last minute, it looks like. Maybe they want to try to tie it up before the period ends. Looks like he came in for Iceman H2O.
It's
No,
good to see
Iceman
him come
H2O
in.
is still in. He came in for Kula Shaker.
It's good to see him come in a Terrier for that extra checking power.
And shorthanded tries to get a last chance, but phasing prevents the play from developing. This actually happened quite a lot tonight, and the previous game as well. And that is the end of the first period. And the score is 2-1, so relatively close, but I'd say a pretty dominant period for shorthanded, 10 shots to 3.
Definitely. Empire pretty much got caught in their own little defensive shell there for a good bit and ended up having to throw repeated duds on the stronger ships that were being fielded by shorthanded.
Yeah, they also had almost, but not quite, a minute more of puck time, so definitely had a greater share of puck possession. Very useful to have, and it showed. Definitely setting up shop for quite a while. I still think the biggest story of the game so far is how well that they are checking and getting the puck back after turning it over. Even if somebody is turning it over, there's a shorthanded player there to check the person who got the steal and get puck possession back for their team.
Yeah, I mean, despite his goal there at the end of the period there, Merchix had been doing an excellent job all period of maintaining his presence midfield, watching his teammates back, and getting that follow-up check should something go foul.
Sure, and Empire's pretty fortunate to get that goal. I mean, it definitely wasn't a great offensive player that they were about to score a goal without that happening. So definitely good for them that happened. And now they need to use this opportunity to get some momentum, maybe get back into the game.
With the departure of Kula, we're seeing a little bit more ship speed out of out of the Terrier that Herb's going to be fielding. So I'm curious to see exactly how the defense is going to realign and reposition for Empire, how they're going to handle the offensive pressure that shorthanded was applying pretty much for the entire period.
Let's see any lineup changes going on. Herbal is still in for Empire for the second period. Subbed in for about the last minute and a half. And Giroux in the game as well. Looks like he's going to be taking on a defensive mid role, coming in to replace CM Dross. And for short-handed, well, I think they still only have 6 players, so same lineup for them. Actually, Gambler is present, but same lineup for short-handed still. Maybe he'll get into the game eventually. Maybe they're waiting to get more of a lead or something like that. And Stickman capitalizes off a missed pass, able to get something going here, maybe.
Ooh. Good D.
Yeah, good check by Botman. Looks like Stickman wanted to go for the sweep, hesitated a little bit, wasn't sure where he wanted to go. And the defenseman was able to catch up with him. Short-handed with more puck possession. And Bop with the chance, passes to Flu, but can't get a shot off. Tries to dump it back to his teammates, but Stickman ends up with it. Who tries another drop pass that does not succeed. It's second or third one so far this game. Maybe needs to stick to the more orthodox method of passing, maybe.
I know I'm a huge fan of the control button myself.
And Zero manages to keep the puck there. Botman with the lunge gets the steal from Janky. And Empire really needs to get the puck off a little faster to prevent those turnovers. Stickman moving the puck around. CM Dross back in the match now. And Herbalist is out. And he re-enters the arena. Maybe a lag out. Gambler tries to infiltrate the goal judge frequency. Can't do that, buddy.
Kula's back on the ice.
Yeah, it looks like Empire maybe having a couple of lag out issues. Trying to stabilize for a second, hold the puck while everything gets settled down. And Stickman checked by Pooter. And this midfield checking presence looks like it's a little bit too much for Empire to handle at the moment.
Yeah, Shorthanded's been doing a very good job of applying pressure to the play on every point of the ice, really, and forcing turnovers just the entire game. It's great pressure, great presence.
Who let the dogs out? And now Janky passes back to Stickman. Botman accidentally passes when he's trying to check, ends up turning it over. And a couple of scrambles, but Botman eventually ends up with it somehow. Mirtrix is going right up the middle, finally gets checked. Almost flew right up the middle there. Janky came back and tried a little sniper, looked like, but Botman right in front of him. Not going to have too much success there. And Herbalist with the puck now, one-on-one with Sting.
Ooh.
Looked like definitely pretty predictable that he was going to try to ball kill there just by the way he was moving. And Sting was wise to that as well. Managed to deflect that opportunity. Flew passes off the wall. Stickman intercepts that. And once again, the Empire checked in the midfield. They really need to find a way to deal with this. Maybe some quicker passing, some better fakes, but
Well, it would
something
help
to
if they moved towards their teammates. It seems that every time they get the ball, they either crash straight to the wall or they run off and isolate themselves.
And Flew with the goal there. The defenseman just missed a huge check. Yeah, definitely missed the check on my screen at least. So the Red Raven left out to dry there a little bit, and shorthanded increases their lead. Shorthanded with puck possession again. Pass off the wall from Sting. Shorthanded going to try to get it away from this corner. Definitely want to get it more towards the middle. And does so to Mirtrix. And now they've got space. Flu's coming up for a snipe, it looks like. Oh no, he comes down, drags. And Red Raven's there. Thought Flu might have just wanted to take that one-timer. Might have been a little bit of a better decision. That's how it played out in my head. But not the worst chance in the world. Good positioning by Red Raven shuts that down. Pooter duds the level 1. And some decent passing from Pooter and Bop. And another missed check by Giroux. Pooter gets a shot. The shot does not go in, but Empire's defense looking a little lackluster compared to their past 2 performances. Flukes, but Swizzle saving the day. I like this kid. And now, Empire gonna try to get something going. Stickman gonna try to get in here. Janky, and
Ooh,
that's
that
a crease.
that looked rather inside.
Yeah, that's pretty far inside. It wasn't the worst chance. He's trying to do what he could with it. Definitely not like he missed a chance. I mean, there is no way to get a shot off without being in the crease there, so it's not like he blew anything.
Yeah,
Maybe he should have kept it and retained possession, but
it's tough to turn like that at that high speed in a Weasel. Doesn't have the best turning radius.
African Panda doing pretty well so far. Curly pubes. Being pretty solid in that. Right now sitting at 75% save percentage. And Botman, hoping the defenseman will miss another check, but they are on point that time. And Herbalist
almost scoring on himself.
Yeah, you gotta watch out for that. We already had one of those in this game. And Stickman tries to pass up to Herbalist. Looks like there's some lag through a short-handed player and Herbalist. And more phasing. Lots of phasing past couple of days. Herbalist didn't want to die to Bop there, throws it off the wall. And short-handed ends up with possession. And Mirror Tricks to Flu. Passes back. And right now, shorthanded has 12 shots to 4. And they really look a little bit better than Empire right now. I think people weren't sure what was going to happen in this game, but if you're watching the game, you'd have to say without a doubt, shorthanded looks like the stronger team right now.
Yeah, I'd like to see Empire kind of flesh out their defense a little more. They have everybody back in the defensive zone, but they all seem to cluster in this small area just next to the crease. If they could spread out, take a little bit of a proactive approach, and cover the pass lanes, they'd have more success.
Botman behind the net. A little turnover to Janky. And Empire needs to get something going. But a turnover to Mirtrick. And takes a shot top post, not able to hit the net there. Looks like Botman was thinking about nailing Red Raven in the crease. Decided against it. And Swizzle off the wall, slightly missed. And shorthanded has the puck again. Doing a pretty good job with their puck possession so far, I would say. And right up the middle again, Botman tried to do another one of his trademark sneaky plays, but Red Raven checked him. Good play to stop him in his tracks. And Stickman with a nice little check on Mirtrix. But once again, shorthanded manages to get the puck back directly after they turn it over off of a steal. And that's been something they've been doing very well. Empire maybe needs to try to adjust their strategy to avoid the same thing happening over and over. And Stickman chasing the puck down in the forward. Good check by Pooter near the neutral zone, and there's a lot of space for them here. And a huge missed check by Giroux, but Swizzle bails them out. Good play from the rookie.
Swizzle is having a good game, all things considered.
Yeah, and as one of maybe 2 or 3 rookies in the zone, you got to think he's got at least a 33.3% chance of getting Rookie of the Year.
Now, he is a confirmed TW transplant?
From what I've heard from Empire, this hasn't been confirmed by any league officials or anything like that.
Okay. Well, I'm curious if we can maybe pry him and his influence to convince some more TWs to come across, because, I mean, there's clearly some talent hiding over there in that zone.
Yeah, I know some players have come from there. I know that Flared from Creasers originally came from Trench Wars. It's been doing decently for them. recruited a player named Reaver a long time ago, famous Trench Wars player. Played 1 season, did all right. So there's definitely something to it if you can gain some friends in other zones and get them to join your team. Turns out well sometimes. Other times, not so much. And of course, the Money Inc., the original Money Inc. that Rage formed came from SVS, I believe. So, there has been a track record of people coming from other zones and having some success in Hockey Zone.
Cross-pollination, if you will.
This is Thrill commentating with Schlaz. Of course, as most people know, I am the best ever. Just to put that out on the table.
It's on record, too.
And Empire coming up with the puck. But Pooter with a nice steal.
We see, Janky and Stickman, Warbird and Weasel are doing their very best to try to slow this play down, but their bullet power is just not getting the job done. They need their Terrier and their Spiders to step up and make the checks.
They are indeed. We'll see how Empire is able to adjust. So far, it seems like they don't have an answer. Second period's about to end. Maybe Herbalist can make something happen here. Sting misses, but Herbalist just doesn't have enough time or space to convert that into a goal. And Janky.
Ooh.
That looked clean to me.
That was clean.
And that was actually a great play. They didn't actually have a lot of space and just making it work. And Janky and Herbalist have displayed some pretty good chemistry in their past games. And with 1 second left, Empire gets their second goal. This time, somebody from their team actually scored it. And this is going to become a ball game again.
That was just great reaction by Herb there. He was full out spinning all the way up until he released that puck. So it was very good presence of mind not to cause any kind of delay there. Pooter ranking top yet again. Not too much of a change between the first and second period. We see a little bit more offensive pressure from Empire, a little bit more midfield presence, but still shorthanded, maintained pressure on the offensive end for a good majority of the period.
Yeah, and shorthanded has done pretty well. 13 shots to 6 now. And maybe that goal will give Empire some momentum. It's always nice to score a goal, especially with 1 second left. And it was a nice goal as well.
Yeah, we might be seeing the chemistry there between Janky and Herb starting to heat up. I'm interested to see how this third period turns out.
All right, and for the third period, we are going to be joined by a never-ending hamster. How you doing, buddy?
I am doing pretty well. Looks like Shorehand has been putting some pretty good pressure on Empire tonight. Empire is struggling to kind of get their defense together, but they did make a last good goal, I noticed.
All right, so Hamster, I gotta ask, everybody's been wondering. Obviously, you left Execution. What are your future plans for the league? Have you been in contract talks with the team yet?
Oh, that is some confidential information. I will give you some leads on that. I've been offered no puck time from a certain team. That is a very intriguing offer considering I left a team with very little puck time, so I'll just leave it at that.
All right, so we'll just have to wait and see how things unfold with that. And it looks like the third period's about to get underway. Shorthanded with a goal and shot advantage so far. And since the game is so close, looks like shorthanded does not feel 100% comfortable putting Gambler in. So he will watch from the bench, wipe the sweat off of their faces. And now shorthanded coming up the ice. Cooter just holding the puck for a while. And now Botman coming up. I'm not sure if that was a pass or a shot, but either way, Red Raven saves it. And now Empire has possession.
It's definitely a given up opportunity there. Could have, I don't know, reset that, not just given it away like that.
So, what do you think is going to happen in this third period here, Hamster? Do you think shorthanded is going to come away with it, or is Empire going to pull off a comeback?
Judging by the number of shots shorthanded's been taken, I guess you could. I haven't watched this whole game, but you could just say that they've been taking a lot more accurate shots, but they've been a lot more aggressive. But Empire has been taking their time and making some more shots that count. So they might get another shot in like they did at the end of the last period. You never know.
And what do you think, Celeste?
Well, we did like that last goal from Empire was very crucial because it's setting up their push and momentum. It's setting up the third period. So far, it's played out fairly evenly. They've been able to maintain some possession. They've had a couple more attempts to throw a puck at the net. Empire seems to want to win, so I'm gonna put my money on Empire.
All right, well, it's nice to have conflicting sides on the commentary booth. Makes it a little bit interesting. Personally, right now, things keep going as the way they have, and the first two periods, I think shorthanded should come away with it. But Empire might make the appropriate adjustments. Botman takes a snipe. Definitely don't want to throw the puck away like that. And Botman with a check tries a quick little release. Doesn't get past the Red Raven though. And now Herbalist with the puck. Definitely the goal scoring leader for Empire so far this season. I think he's one of the only goal scorers for their team. See if they can make some adjustments and stop turning the puck over quite as much this period, and they might have a chance to come back. Janky with a pass to Stickman. But Botman with a decent defensive play there.
That was a nice try by Empire there.
Yeah, that was definitely one of the few major scoring opportunities they've had the entire game.
And Stickman just sort of dances in front of the crease for 3 seconds. Nobody hit him for quite a while. But they managed to take him out eventually. Curly Cubes with the check.
Yeah, Empire needs to make some key cuts or some crosses or create some kind of open passing lanes. Otherwise, they're not going to get past their shorthanded defense.
Botman to Mirtrix. Mirtrix tried to pass it back, but checked off by Kula Shaker. They can't control that. And Janky coming up. Going to try to find Herbalist again. Too many defensemen around him. Kind of swarmed on Herbalist there. No open space. And Botman looks like he's going to try to take Giroux one-on-one. But Flu's actually there for assistance. And that might be a DC.
That kind of looked like a DC, I'm not going to lie. Might have caught it just before the crease, but it was very close.
That was very close. I would say maybe DC, but I'm not sure.
Well, we'll have to see. I definitely looked like he caught it in the crease to me. Kind of unfortunate because it wasn't going to have any impact on the play, but you cannot catch the puck in the crease. Of course, the goalie could have gotten that just fine. So I'm not sure if the shorthanded player did that intentionally to try to bait the DC out. If so, smart play. If not, unfortunate positioning for Herbalist. And so, looks like he has not called the penalty yet. We'll have to see what happens.
Currently ref pending.
Just to spare you the suspense, the referee frequency has voted defensive crease. Maybe Pilot went AFK or possibly died.
Possibly forgot how to do a replay, but we'll see how it goes.
And there it goes. 2 minutes on Herbalist for defensive crease.
Empire needs to be sure to not let any more goals in this period, otherwise it might be a little bit too difficult for them to come back.
Yeah, they definitely need to buckle up on their defense and make passes count, not just ice it back to the other end of the rink with a 1 goal behind right now.
Empire very aware of it with Giroud, Jenki, and Kula all sitting in a triangle formation in front of the crease.
All right. So, a little bit of scramble and lag there. And Red Raven with a check and save there. So that's good for him. Jenki tries to pass it back to Red Raven, just barely misses his prop. And Empire shorthanded, but they have the puck here. They need to be careful not to turn this over because they're going to have a lot of guys on the other side of the ice now. And Stickman and Jenki are now stuck, but bailed out by a missed pass there. Kula Shaker manages to clean that up.
I'd almost like to see more action from Stickman. He seems to be one of their key, at least well-known offensive players, and I'm not seeing a lot from him. I don't know if it's miscommunication between the teammates, but I'm not seeing too much right now.
Alright, so Flu tries a snipe to the top post, misses the net. I don't think he had the angle there. But, you know, it's always nice to try. And Pooter, defenseman, lunges up and kind of doesn't even check him. Gets a little bit of open space. But Red Raven is there.
That was a nice try.
And Pooter, Empire needs to pressure the puck. Because what's happening is shorthanded is flying up right up the middle. And that's the last place that you really want the offense to be, is all the space that you want right in the middle. They need to come up a little bit more and pressure them before they get too far and have too much space.
Yeah, they need to make them spread out. They can't let them group up and make some opportunities for themselves. They seem to be missing their Empire seems to be missing some good passes. They seem to be isolating themselves a little bit, and if they want to pull this off, they got to work together to get some goals.
Yeah, there was definitely there was more chemistry earlier in the period. I'm not sure where it went. There was some cohesion, but it all appears to be dissolving at this point.
Yeah, and shorthanded now has 19 shots to 8, so they've had an advantage this whole time in shots, but now really starting to pull away in that category. And a pass to Pooter, back to Botman, just barely misses him. I think Red Raven had that bottom post covered anyway. Now Flu tries to pass to Pooter, but ends up going to the wall. And Kula Shaker will pick that up. Kula Shaker to Herbalist. And Kula Shaker check.
Again, with the isolated plays there, they got to stop doing that if they really want to make some opportunities for themselves.
Yes. Season 20 of the RSHL. Of course, this is Kula Shaker's 27th season of Hockey Zone. And Flu with the puck now. And 2-on-1 opportunity. We'll see if Flu tries to take a snipe here. No, actually tries to pass back up to Bop, but the defender is not having any of that.
It's a good job of clogging the pass lane by Giroux. Good placement.
Yeah. Decent play from him. And a pass
Oh.
from Flu to Pooter, the defenseman, just not getting on him.
Giroux was going after the wrong ship.
Yeah, and I'm wondering why CM Dross did not get back in for the third period. I know that he played the first, was out for the second. I thought he might come back in for the third, but I guess they had a little bit more faith in Giroux, or I'm not sure what happened there. But he's missed a couple of checks, missed a couple of defensive assignments there, and now shorthanded is up by 2 goals again, and Empire has their work cut out for them.
Defense really needs to stay at home. Defense needs to play a little more positional and things like this. Just speaking as my experience as a former defenseman, it doesn't look like that was played out at that time.
And Janky with some space tries to go across the crease. Nowhere to go. And Sting off the wall to Flu. Kula Shaker with a huge miss check. Herbalist bails him out there. But comes away with the steal there. And big opportunity for Empire here. The African Pandas in decent position. No openings there.
I think they're being a little too aggressive. They're not resetting the puck and trying to spread shorthanded's defense out. They're letting them group up, and they're just trying to force their way through.
Botman to Flu, lags through him to Pooter, and Giroux ends up with the puck. Everyone thought Red Raven was about to pass it, but fools them and press control at the last second to prevent that turnover. So heads up play. Janky was about to go for a snipe, it looked like, but got checked at the last second. And shorthanded coming the other way, and with only a couple minutes left, you gotta think Empire's gonna be in desperation mode. Pooter with a lot of open space. Pass, and that's going to go all the way back to the other end. Sting will pick that up. That pass did not hurt Pooter at all due to his hemorrhoid cream. Has its uses. And now a lot of space. Flu, slap shot, fake, drop pad.
Good defensive presence by Giroux.
And Empire needs a goal here. Pass to Stickman, drop pass from Stickman. Really wish people would not do those fancy plays when they really need to score the goals. I've seen that time and time again. Save that for when the game is even.
Yeah, shorthanded is all over that, and yeah, you just can't pull little simple things like that in front of them.
African Panda with the puck here. Miratrix passes it off the wall. Pooter can't quite get to it. And Giroux coming up. Passes to Kula Shaker. Has some guys on the other side. Shoots for the bottom post and misses. And Kula Shaker not having the most impressive game.
A lot more passing opportunities, I would think, there.
Janky tries to force a shot in there. Goes right through the goalie.
I think he was looking for the goalie to move up in response to a potential pass and then have bottom open, but it just never happened for him.
Personally, I saw more lag than crease on that play, but either way, the goal doesn't count.
It looks like Empire's going to have to fight off an army of 10,000 with 1,000 at this point in the game.
Yeah, 30 seconds left. They're nowhere near in position to score a goal right now. So about 20 seconds left. Need to score 2 goals in 20 seconds. Not likely. Kula Shaker with the turnover.
Some critical
They get
moments.
it back. And it looks like that's probably going to end out the game here.
Wasted opportunities in these last critical seconds.
Looks like they're going to try to score one last goal. Giroux gets the check. Botman.
Oh!
Oh! Botman with the goal with 2 seconds left.
No mercy for Empire tonight.
Yeah, I think maybe they were expecting him not to take the shot there.
Still seconds on the clock. Still have to play defense.
Yeah, that's true. And there goes the end. But interestingly enough, 2 goals scored in the last 2 seconds of the second and third period. And you got to say, Shorthanded just played a lot better than Empire that night. They were all over Empire in the neutral zone, got lots of checks and steals in the neutral zone, and Empire just did not seem to be ready for that.
You know, considering a team, Empire, who came up against Interference, one of the league champions, I expected a little more offensive pressure, a little more grouping on their defense, but it just wasn't there tonight.
Yeah, I think that they dealt with a team that was definitely playing team defense. They were collapsing back to the crease. And maybe they're not quite used to that style yet. Maybe they have to find some solutions to this specific problem and try to generate some more offense because they got heavily outshot. They did not possess much of the puck compared to Shorthanded. There's the one goal by Mirtrix.
Shorthanded had a
Chuckle.
first period with the Terriers and the Christmas ship lineup. Really, the Weasel and Warbird that seemed to dominate the midfield for Empire just was not able to check Pooter and Botman and Mertrix and all of these dud capable ships that were just holding the ball to the midfield.
Yeah, and one thing I've noticed in all of Empire's losses, I've noticed that on the majority of the goals that have been scored against them, their defensemen have horribly missed checks or just been caught out of position. So, yeah, I gotta say, I actually did not see Red Raven being out of position too often in this game. I think most of Shorthanded's goals were probably the result of defensive errors. What do you guys think?
I agree with that one, definitely. Like I said, defense needs to... I hate to say this, it might be borderline crease sitting playing, but then defense needs to stay home, play their place on the crease, not lunge, not go for a wrong ship, play a positional style with Red Raven.
Yeah, I mean they demonstrated the correct defensive philosophy, but the execution was off. Giroux has a couple of kinks to work out as far as getting the check in there, checking the right ship, reading the play correctly, not getting ahead of the play, letting the play develop before he makes his decision. He has the potential to solidify himself defensively as long as he remains patient and keeps his composure.
Well, I'm sure we have some exciting games coming up for the rest of this week. Let's check out the schedule real quick.
The most exciting of which should be tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night, Baby Cell Killers at Creasers at 10:30. That's right, you heard correctly, 10:30. So a little unorthodox starting time. And that should be pretty interesting.
Should be a riveting bout.
Yeah, it should be, of course. Thrill the best ever is playing in that match, so the results shouldn't be too hard to predict.
I'll do my best to not detract from your greatness, Thrill.
Alright, guys. Well, tonight's results. You just saw Shorthanded defeat Empire 4-2.
Did we?
And we did. And Dire Wolves defeated Red Dragons, picking up their first win. Red Dragons predicted to win by 75% as well. So
Definitely a big shakeup with Direwolves having a bit of a rough season. Empire, we expected a little more, but I think they tried to do their best. And yeah, it's shaping up to be a pretty competitive season so far.
Empire is showing a little bit of class, telling the other team, GG, good game, you guys deserve that game. So yeah, they're showing that, even though they lost, they're showing respect to the other team.
who's that guy on the mic? Still on the mic. Get that guy out of here.
Amen,
relic.
brother.
All right. For the casting team, thank you to Pooter for helping with the first game. Thank you to Schlaz and Hamster for providing help on the second game. And of course, thank you to Navi for streaming and producing all of the games tonight. We appreciate the effort. And we will see you guys tomorrow.